Okay, now you're ready for inputting or reviewing and editing your technology expenses. So welcome to the Budget Inputs Technology Sheet Training. From this sheet, which I'm just going to click on from here, from this sheet, you can make changes to your discretionary tech budget, which will flow through to your Budget Inputs non-personnel sheet. Let's take a look at all the fields in this sheet. Now, right now, this screen is showing you at the top level of your program. If you're in this level, the first column will be level. And this allows you to actually change the level for each item you're going to input and do it all on one screen. Now, if you were in, let's say, the kindergarten level, you don't actually see that column on the screen. But to make it easier, we're just going to go back to the top level for this sheet so we can input everything on one sheet at once. So this level indicates this level column indicates what level you're on. Discretionary, non-discretionary. This is obviously defaulted to discretionary for this sheet. You have the GL account. This is actually a drop down in the cell when you add it. We'll see here. It's a drop down list of all of our general ledger accounts for technology. You have the item description and the description of the purchase. So an item description might be like, you know, Lenovo X3746A. What the heck is that? That's actually student laptops, right? Then you have E-rate eligibility. Leave this for the tech team to input. You have number of units. You have unit or annual cost, then the total cost, which is basically multiplying the number of units times the unit cost. You have the purchase start and end months. Now this is going to be used to build some seasonality into your technology budget expenses. So let's say that you know you're going to make a tech purchase in January. You can put the purchase start date in January and put it the end date in January. Or let's say that you're going to purchase some stuff prior to the start of the fiscal year, but it's going to be for the FY14 fiscal year. You want to put all that stuff with a start and end date of July 2013. Next column is projected E-rate. Again, this is something that tech will fill in. And projected net cost. That's just the difference between the total cost and any E-rate revenue that we would receive. Then you have the tech notes column. Here's where you can either write a note to the tech team about these expenses, or the tech team may leave a note for you about these expenses. So that's the whole sheet. Let's add something new here. To add a new line, you can either right-click up here and click Add Rows, or you can go up to the Add Rows icon and click Add Rows. Now notice that the new row is going to default to the level you are viewing up here. So this defaults to KIPP NYC Washington Heights Academy Elementary School. And remember, in pretty much all the other trainings, we've talked about not adding inputs at that level. So let's just change the level to what this expense is going to be for. So let's say that we're going to actually add 4 smart boards to our 3rd grade classrooms at a cost of $1,100 each year. So I'm going to change this level to 3rd grade. Now, smart boards are student tech equipment, student classroom. I'm just going to add a description. This is a smart board. adding its description as Smartboard because I don't know the technical name. The tech team would. But the actual description, the item description and the actual description, the purchase description are going to be the same. Smartboard here. I'm going to leave E-rate eligibility blank, and remember that I'm going to purchase 4 of these, and let's say that I'm actually probably going to really buy these in like May for, you know, the following year. So 1100. So for the purchase start and end dates, I'm going to choose July. Now, you'll see that none of my total columns have actually been excuse me, populated yet. These won't get populated until I actually save the data that I just entered. So I'm going to go ahead and save this now. And now you'll see the total cost is $4,400 for those 4 smart boards. I'm going to make one more change to this sheet. Now, let's say that I'm looking at the student laptops line and I'm thinking, so maybe I don't really need 50 laptops. Maybe I can get away with 30 this year because the ones we have are in pretty good shape. So instead of deleting this line, adding a new line, you know, putting in a different annual cost, the only thing that you want to do to a line that was put in by the tech team and pre-populated for you is change the units. That's it. So if you want to have 30 student laptops, you're just going to put in 30 in the units, and when you save, that will update the price. If you decide you don't want any student laptops, instead of deleting the line, all you're going to do is put in 0 for the units, and that will update the cost to 0. I actually do want 30, so I'm going to leave that 30 there, and I'm going to save. And you know what? That's as simple as it gets. This is all that it takes to make changes, add rows to your tech input sheet. If you actually decide that you want to delete a row that you added, not that the tech team added, but that you added, you can select that row, then go up to the delete rows icon up here and delete this row. I'm not going to delete this. I'm going to keep this and look at it because it's beautiful. And that concludes the budget input technology training. I hope you found it useful.